In today's video, we've got for you something special. Secret and no extremely powerful manifestation technique that you haven't heard, haven't read anywhere. So if you're ready to discover the key to the manifestation, stay tuned. Yo everybody, it's Polly and welcome in my channel, Just Polly, where I'm talking about spirituality, self-development, law of attraction, meditation, manifestation, and much more. And today, I've got with me an amazing guest, international speaker, author, and a spiritual mentor who impacted over 50,000 people all over the world. And the most important, my dearest boyfriend, Joshua Andre.
Namaste everybody, thank you guys. I am truly grateful for being here. We've got a very special video today. This is something that we actually found in some book that is not too common, right? You know, you got the mainstream stuff. This is actually something that's not too common. A new manifestation technique that you probably haven't heard of, that is most likely hindering you from achieving your manifestations, the things that you really want in this life, or at least slowing you down. So once you take notes from this video, a lot will change. So I'm excited.
And the thing is, when we read it, first our thought was like, wow, we need to share that. It is amazing. It, to be honest, is simple, but if you do not have that correct guidance, you would probably never actually think about this, right? But it's a huge game changer.
So that's the thing. Most of our things in life, right, are done on autopilot, right? If you think about it, most of the times we're either driving in autopilot, we're doing things in autopilot. So this causes manifestations to happen in autopilot. If you're in autopilot the majority of your time, like if you're going the same route, you're doing the same things, you're doing similar things, they say, and maybe you'd write this down in the comments or write this down in your notes, 90% of our thoughts on each day are recycled from the last day. So what does that mean? It means that literally your manifestations today are pretty much very much 90% similar to what happened yesterday, because you're thinking, vibrating at that frequency. So how can we shift into that autopilot thing to take it, disengage it, and now take control of the ship, take control of our manifestations?
And also what is like super important to know, that most of these thoughts that we actually do have on autopilot, there's a constant chatter. And we as a human, we more think about negative and we more associate ourselves with negatives than with positive. You exactly know what you do not want in life. You don't want to bet whether to be tomorrow because maybe you have plans. You don't want to be single all your life. You don't want to eat nasty food. You don't want to lose your job. It's so many things that you 100% know, yes, I don't want that, right? Mm-hmm. But on the other hand...
Yeah, I think this is actually a crucial point, because I know some of you watching this will be thinking, I don't focus on what I don't want. I know what I do want, kind of thing. But actually, this is a time to be real with ourselves, because a lot of these things that we're saying here, actually, it's been shown that, like we said earlier, people are doing this in autopilot. So a lot of the times, it's even, for example, I don't know, a family member comes in, pisses you off. A friend comes in, speaks to you. Can I say pisses you off in this channel?
Yes, you can, but it looks like they'll piss you off sometimes.
No. They come in.
But this technique will get all these negative emotions anyway away.
Legit. So when you're having these things, and in the moment, you know, it catches you. I'm sure you've had that moment where someone, something, some scenario catches you, and you're in it. Then if someone was to come to you and say, just think positive, just do this, I'm pretty sure you give them a slap around the face and be like, but this is serious. But this is the cool thing about this technique, is even in those situations, which, you know, they always say you manifest with the more emotions, the more feelings you engage, the stronger your manifestation. So in those moments, I'm sure we can agree, we're feeling the emotion. We're feeling sometimes even more than, I wish I'm abundant, I wish I'm financially free, I wish I had the loving relationship. Sometimes you're not feeling it as much as, what the beep is that person calling me up for? So the thing is now we're skyrocketing those vibrations. And yes, it's not manifesting that that the other family member again. What it could just be manifesting a scenario like that, or something that makes you feel like that more. So this is why this technique's cool, is because even in those moments, you can kind of hack into your subconscious to program yourself, that even in then, to how can you feel, okay, that's affecting me, but how can I still feel the vibration of what I want to manifest, what I want to call, and bring back into my life?
You know what is so easy also? Okay, when you already get that thought or that chatter, negative chatter inside your head, you're basically trapped. If you don't know how to come out from that situation, the negative emotion will just grow and grow and grow, and you put yourself in that low frequency, low vibration. So what naturally you will do, you will attract more of these negative thoughts, right?
Yeah, so you know as well, like, because the thing is, as our human minds, psychology shows that as humans, we can only feel and think like one feeling at a time. Like you can either feel happy, you can
Yeah.
feel excited, you feel nervous kind of thing.
You can't be happy and upset at the same time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless some of you guys have explored with plant medicine, then you can experience different emotions at the same time. But that's a whole different video. But if you want to learn more about plant medicine, then let us know in the comments as well. But yeah, with regards to this, because you can only really feel one emotion at a time, you can choose which emotion it is. Even in those moments when you're feeling what the beep, or I'm going to slap this person, you can take that consciousness, which differentiates us from animals, where animals is just purely in the moment, purely in the instinct, purely doing that thing. We can take our consciousness to be like, actually, I don't want to feel like this. How can I switch it around? So Polly, how can we switch it around?
Okay, so I would like all of you to write this down, because it's so important for you to understand that quote fully. You guys also can type in the chat below. And why we are always encouraging people to write down, Josh?
Well, because when you write down, actually it's been shown, this is good for your manifestations, when you write a goal down, it's been shown that the goal that you write down has, I think it's something crazy, like between a 20 to 60% chance of increasing your chance of achieving that thing, compared to people who don't write it down and just have it in your head. Because most people think, you know, it's in my head, I recollect this, I remember this, I know what I want. But it's crazy how engaging the subconscious mind, engaging the conscious mind when you're writing it down, and the subconscious mind, now it increases your chance of achieving that goal by 20 to even 60%, some even more, just by doing that one thing. That's not even doing any crazy manifestation technique. That's literally just grabbing a pen and paper or jumping to this comment section and reaffirming what you want in your life.
Okay, so listen carefully. If you will take in negative energy, so you will absorb from environment, from other people, you will meet a disappointment. If you will give out your negative energy, it will come back to you like a boomerang. This technique that we're sharing today with you is called
The
boomerang effect.
Tack.
So I hope, guys, you took a note of that quote. And why is that? It's so important to understand. If you will take in negative energy, either is from environment, from a situation, from a person, you will be disappointment, because this negative energy, negative frequency, negative emotion will come to you. So how would you feel? How are you going to feel? Not really positive, probably upset, nervous, angry. And on the other hand, if you will, let's say you will get this negative energy and you will pass to somebody else, so you will give it away, that energy, what it will happen? It will come back to you like a boomerang. So what is really important, you need to remember, before you take action, before you will say something which is not really positive, maybe a little bit mean, or I don't know, you will spread some negative vibes, think twice, because it's proven that this negativity and whatever you're giving away, it will come back to you.
And the crazy thing is, like, when you're saying that, like, sometimes it's easy for us to assume and feel like, but I don't do that. I don't spread negativity. I'm a positive person. But even like taking on board, I don't know, something that happened to you in the day and it built that emotion, built that frustration, then you spread it to someone else, right? No, yes, you're not being horrible to them, but you're amplifying that frequency. Now that frequency which came in the form of, let's say, some dodgy driver in front of you, or some family member, or some person, you're taking that frequency, now you're letting it with you, the word that's coming to me is contaminate you, right? Contaminate your vessel. Then now it's there, now you can be like, okay, that's it, let me calm my vibrations, let me do my thing, which we're going to discuss in a moment. But then after that, then you go see someone or speak to someone, you say, you know what happened earlier in traffic, da, 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 da. Do you see how that's going into that person now?
And maybe you're not even doing this on purpose, like it's just coming because you're already on this vibration that is emanating from you, and you're spreading away.
And the key thing is not to feel like, oh, that means I can't talk about my problems. No, that's not the case. You obviously can talk about things that are going on in your life, but it's the emotional charge that you attach to that subject, that particular topic. So that's why, as well, one thing to kind of bypass this whole thing and go into autopilot is in those moments when you're, let's say, connected, in those moments when you're driving and
this is so important. So guys, take a note whatever Josh is saying, because this is a game changer, how to actually use that technique for yourself to shift everything around and to enhance your manifestation and put yourself in completely different vibration level.
It's basically when your mind is unoccupied. Now, as I say that, you're probably thinking, but
I'm always occupied.
What do you mean unoccupied? But the times, like, have you ever had a moment when you're driving, then all of a sudden you're at one junction, then boom, you're back into your car, your consciousness, and you're already at home.
Always.
Right? It's like, what happened? Where did my mind go? Where did I tune out to? So in those moments, just like that, when you're washing the dishes, maybe you're even
chopping, cooking, going for a walk with your dog,
all of these moments, this is when the subconscious mind is in control. So how is it that in these moments, what we discuss, what we talk about here with this boomerang effect, is how can in those moments which is actually 90% of the day, whether you realize it or not, 90% of the day, how can we plant those vibrations, that frequency, those thoughts, so that now it's amplifying for your manifestation. So for example, what can they do, Polly? In those moments when they're driving, when they're washing, when their mind's unoccupied, what can they do?
Exactly. So the minds are unoccupied, but we meant to think about things. Oh my gosh, this I haven't done. This happened yesterday. I didn't like it. I need to achieve something. So you making your unoccupied mind busy with things that they're not really the most positive, right? Or challenges in your life. So in those times, get that moment to think about things that you want to achieve, the beautiful dreams of yours, the beautiful desires, things that you're grateful for, or even if you have a goal. Visualize yourself achieving this goal and then steps, the beautiful journey for you to get that goal. So basically you're switching the formula around and you're thinking about everything that is positive, everything you are grateful for, right?
And this is the cool thing. Like most people when they're, let's say, embarking on spirituality or law of attraction or law of assumption, all these different practices, it's a case whereby, okay, you watch the video, you learn. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It can change my life. Thank you so much. Then what happens for the majority of people, it will remain not as self-help, but as shelf-help, right? Stay on the shelf and you never touch it again. For some people, obviously that's not good because you're not utilizing, you're not implementing it. For some people, they'll learn it, but then they'll be like, okay, let me practice this. Let me time box this. 5-10 minutes in the morning when I wake up, I'll do it. 5-10 minutes at night, I'll do it. Then what's happening? Okay, perfect. 20 minutes a day, you're doing that thing, you're changing your vibration. But what about the other 23 hours, 40 minutes of the day? What's happening there? What's going on in your mind? What frequency?
The chapter is back.
Exactly. What frequency are you sending out to the universe? So this is why most people's lives don't change massively. If you think about, like, let's say, I don't know, certain friends, certain family members that you may know that are like this, or maybe even yourself is experiencing this right now. But obviously, everything can change in a moment. By you watching this video shows that your consciousness, your spirit, your soul is ready for change. So everyone write this down in the comments. Everything can change in a moment if you decide to. Boom. So when you decide to, now what happens is for those 23 hours, when your mind is unoccupied, when you're thinking about changing the cat's diaper or doing whatever you do, when you're thinking about those things, when your mind's unoccupied, then when we plant those seeds, now what it is, at first you'll be tricky, right? At first your mind's still going to keep being unoccupied. You'll think about something.
Practice, right?
Then after some time it'll be unoccupied again. But like Holly said, with the practice, what happens is, yes, today, maybe it's, a total of 20 minutes. You can get into that unoccupied state and change the frequency. That's a big win. Maybe tomorrow it'll be 30 minutes. Maybe the next day it'll be 40 minutes. Over a month's time, now it could be a case of by an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours extra without doing anything, without needing to set aside some time to meditate, to visualize, to do yoga, without changing anything in your schedule. You've added an extra 3 hours of amplified manifestation powers to your day.
You actually will change the autopilot. And your new autopilot will be to just think positive. And you will see while you're practicing, yes, maybe the first day will be a little bit like, oh, okay, I need to do this. You will need to keep reminding yourself, right? But then by doing something daily, like you do with everything, even you learn how to cook, how to go to work, which route to take, with everything, it will become a normality, your new habit, right? Like a part of your life. So imagine this will become part of your life that all the time, every day you got used to think positive, think what you need to do to achieve that goal. Just switch everything around and you will see how your whole life will change. People around you, how things will just come with ease. The smallest things, the biggest things, and what is the most important, you will enjoy that process because you will be happy, right? You will be thinking happy. So everything will just come naturally.
It's just like, I remember the first time when I did a vision board, I remember looking at that piece of paper, and I used to hear about vision boards and hear about the manifestation and think, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But then it wasn't until I actually did the practice and I drew all the things that I wanted, put the stickers on. I looked at it and I looked at this piece of paper and I was like, oh my gosh, just by looking at this paper, it makes me feel so amazing, so good. Like I can just look away, look back, and this is everything I want in life just here. So this is why at the end of this video, what we want to do right now is give you guys a practice to do, because we don't just want this to be some knowledge for you guys. We want you guys to actually take this on board, type in the comments your biggest aha, but not only that, actually implement it, not tomorrow, but today. So sometimes in life when you hear these concepts, it's kind of hard to think about your specific things. So it's even like this last practical thing that we wanted to give you guys just to finish this video off is, let's even take, for example, whatever situation you're going through, pick it. Whether for you it might be, oh, you know that there's a family member that always annoys you. Whether for you it might be, oh, going to work and doing this thing annoys you. Whether for you it's right now you don't even enjoy the house that you're in, right? So for example, let's say you're in a house and you don't even enjoy, I don't know, maybe you've got, the wall doesn't look good.
Your bed is not comfortable. It's just old. And you're planning to move the house. So what is really important is proven that you will never ever, even you moving to the new place, even you will have an amazing villa waiting, it will something happen that you don't plan, you don't want, if you are not happy in the present moment and you are not appreciate whatever you have at the moment. And you probably think, well, how I can be unhappy? I'm living in a crap house and I'm moving to amazing penthouse in a few months. Trust me, if your vibration is in a level of this low emotions, anger and frustration, something will happen in the new place.
Yeah, and it's not. It sounds a bit like, no, but that can't happen. I'm going to this amazing house, but actually, it's not too far fetched. I'm sure anyone watching this has had an experience where maybe you've been at home, you've been like, oh, you've booked a holiday, you're like, oh, I can't wait to go on holiday and get away from this crappy weather. I can't wait to go on holiday and just get a break from everything. Then all of a sudden you go on holiday, and then I don't know if you experienced something like this where maybe you're there, and then all of a sudden you've got loud neighbors next to you, right? You're in this amazing place, but then you got these loud neighbors that are ruining your time there, or maybe even for some reason it's meant to be sunny, but then it starts trickling, it starts raining, or you can't go to the beach, or something happens. I'm sure you've had a moment like that, but the problem is you haven't realized why it's happened, right? And the reason why is because you're taking that frequency from in that moment and transferring it into the future, right? And that experience. So this is why this technique, or this boomerang effect, what you put out you get back, right? This is why this technique is so crucial, is because now we're putting out this vibration in even the moments when our minds are unoccupied, getting into autopilot, so that now automatically those vibrations, those manifestations are coming back now and in the future.
Okay, I hope you guys ready for your practice, that it will start straight after this video. It will start right now. So what you need to do, you need to pick only one thing from your life that it triggers you, that you are maybe not happy about at this moment. It is a person, situation, place, you are anything. And what you need to do, your practice is to switch your thinking, right? So instead of, I don't know, being angry or whenever you see this person being frustrated, you will try and you will do everything to tell some nice word to that person, to maybe offer them a help. Whether you're living in an old house that you don't like so many things in your house, say thank you for the house to giving you a roof. You didn't sleep in the rain, you didn't stay in the winter. It was looking after you, was caring about you to stay in a nice shelter.
And
right?
just understand how even just by identifying this one thing is already a massive leap in the future. Why? Is because before it was happening on autopilot. You go about your day, this one person or one situation would trigger you. Now, even before that situation's happened, you know that if that thing happens or that person comes into your life, that situation comes into your life, I'm going to stick here. I know what my intention is. So in this moment, now by identifying just one thing, right, we can build on going forward in different videos, different techniques, but just choosing one thing now, when that person situation comes in, you know how you want to act. And it might not even be, oh, normally you guys argue or have different, not bitterness, but different things that clash. Now it could be that you don't even necessarily have to say, oh my gosh, I love you, you're amazing, because that might seem a bit too so weird.
Not say anything.
Yeah, just not say anything, and just don't let that thing get into you. Just don't let that thing affect you, right? Obviously, you want to spread love, but even if it means that not clashing means just being almost like indifferent, like, you know, I've got unconditional love for you. Obviously, right now we're not seeing eye to eye, but you know, I'm not going to take that vibration. I'm going to continue this vibration, putting it out. We're not saying it's going to be easy, but sometimes in life you got to do the things that aren't comfortable or are new to you to get those new results, right? So this is why this practice is super powerful, just by you identifying.
All is connected. That's exactly a boomerang effect, right? Whatever you will give out, so instead of give negative, give positive. Even you feel like, oh, I don't want to do this. This is your time to take control over your mind, because we always say, like, universe does not connect to you within a language. Everything starts with the thoughts, feeling, and then actions. So you need to start from the top. Change your thoughts. In the same time, if you will change your thoughts for positive, your feelings will change, right? You will feel lighter, like finally you can breathe.
Yeah, everything so amazing.
And the action that you will take will be much easier, and I guess it will benefit you so much. much. So I hope, guys, you took so many of notes and you are ready to embrace the boomerang effect. Please, everybody, we will wait for your success stories. Tell us, what did you practice and how quickly you can see small miracles happening in your life, right?
Because it doesn't just affect you as well. When you write it in the comments, come back to this video after, whether it's a day, even today your results, tomorrow
Hours.
results, hours, a week, whatever the time period that you want to come back to, come back, and then the people watching this after, they can look at the comments and see, oh my gosh, this person had this, but this person did this, and it keeps building that almost that boomerang effect, that ripple effect going forward, and then you will not only be changing your life, but helping to change other people's lives.
Beautiful. And of course, guys, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up and a like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, that's your time, and smash that notification bell icon to be always notified when my new videos are coming, because I'm here 3 times a week to take your life to the another level, to enhance your manifestation and bring all your dreams and desires into reality.
Boom.
Yes. And also, guys, check out my other videos where you can see so many different spiritual practices, meditations. I'm sure you will find something for yourself. And yeah, we are so grateful, so happy that we can serve you and help be on this journey together.